Another spooky story from my childhood. Well, technically, this isn't my childhood. I was grown, but I was pretty young still, like 20. So it was around this period that I was going through a lot of depression. I hadn't really dealt with my trauma from being, had a lot of essay type experiences as a kid, and I, blamed my mom and all type of stuff, and so I was drinking a lot and doing some wild stuff. I like tore up my mom's stuff with a knife, and but what I didn't tell a lot of people was that at this time I was so depressed and so sad and so just in a kind of like a victim mentality that I actually denounced God. And around this time, I had so many like experiences. I've had beings. I was cleaning my house. A being was standing right behind me. My friend was washing dishes. I ran in there because I kept seeing it. Like every time I turned around, it was gone. Tall man, dark silhouette. Just literally from my peripherals, standing firmly behind me. And at first, once I was like, the first time they weren't there, I just like tried to ignore it, but it was just so eerie that I ran and told my friend, like, bro, why do you keep trying to scare me? And she's like, dude, no, I was about to come talk to you because someone keeps walking this way and I keep thinking it's you, and I was getting frustrated because someone's keep walking right there, and every time I look, they're not there. Yeah. Another incident after I had did the denouncing was I was watching a friend's kid and I went to sleep, and in my dream it was pitch black, and it was like basically some type of dark demonic entity was trying to get me to stay asleep and to go deeper into sleep. And Michael, the archangel, was basically telling me to stay awake, like wake up. And it was almost like they were playing tug of war with me. And it was like I had to wake up or else I was going to be lost. And Archangel Michael was just pulling me out and trying to wake me up. And I just kept fighting to wake up. And when I woke up, I know that I was making some crazy noises. Because you ever like hear somebody like talking in their sleep? Sometimes that shit sounds wild. And I also used to get sleep paralysis a lot due to a lot of my trauma. So I know that it sounds crazy when I'm trying to talk or wake up or whatever. So I wake up and my nephew's sitting there looking at me like, mind you, this is like a 2-year old, 2, 3-year old. I was like, I traumatized this kid. But yeah, that dream came from that. I have another wild dream around this time. I think I'll probably make a video about that one because that one was about the end of time. And that one was really strong, but this wasn't a denounced God moment but anyway, back to the story. So yeah, I denounced God. I did some stupid ritualistic type stuff. That's how I know I was supposed to be like a spiritual person, because I've always had the knack of doing some type of spell, and I did a spell after. But it was based in trauma. It was based in just didn't know what the hell I was doing. So yeah, I know what losing your covering feels like. I'm very close with God, and I know I've gained my relationship back with God. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in source. My thought process on God has expanded so much. I was raised very religious. Stepfather was Baptist. My upbringing before that was Jehovah's Witness, and in and out of both throughout the years. I've had so much deconstructing to do, because after that time, I thought I was damned. But I made up my relationship with God a long time ago, and I feel like it was feeling the absence of God brought me that much closer to God, if that makes sense in any kind of way. But yeah, I denounced God and had some beans running around. But I also think that if I wish that I could go back to that time and look at it with the lens that I have now, because as someone who deals with beings all the time, who enjoys dealing with beings, um, speaking with my ancestors, all those kinds of things, like I wonder what it really was that I experienced versus someone who's just scared. You know what I mean? I would have did a little bit more digging. But anyway.